PSA to everyone out there. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for a large majority of other officers out there. If we're driving on the freeway in our police car, get the out of the way. Get the out of the way. If you merge and we follow behind you and we merge too, you're probably in trouble. The best way to find that out is get the out of the way. I can go 90 miles an hour. You can't. You can't do that. So get the out of the way. If us officers stay behind you long enough, we can find a reason to pull you over. So you might as well get the out of the way. Super simple. That's all. You're welcome.
Thank you, Officer Breanna Straus, for that PSA that basically says, I can do whatever the F I want. As a matter of fact, we can go 90 miles an hour. I can go 90. I can go 90. You know, I can go 90. You can't. I can't. You can't. You can't. I can't. I can't. You can't. So I think it's also confirming many police officers, people who become police officers' mindset is, yo, I get to break the law now? Sign me up. Now, she did get suspended for this video. As you see right there, she kept covering her badge with that animated badge. Maybe because you realize what you're saying shouldn't be said. Maybe it's a well-kept secret. Anyway, details. The department determined that Straus violated the FWPD. She's from Federal Way, Washington. That's what FWPD is. Their code of conduct in 2 areas of social media conduct and personal conduct. At the decision of Police Chief Andy Huang, Straus received a 10-hour suspension without pay for the violations. That's according to police records. It's really going to put a dent in her wallet. A 10-hour suspension, by the way, you guys, is 1 shift. That's 1 shift. They said, we had not received any complaints against Officer Straus regarding arrests, citations, or traffic stops. That's what he told the Mirror. Straus was sworn into the force on August 9th of 2021. She's been on the force for roughly just over a year. But she hasn't had any issues yet. None of that's happening, you guys. She's just talking on camera about how get the F out of the way. Another part about that is if you stay in front of us long enough, we will find a reason to pull you over. It's weird because when citizens say stuff like that, they go, how dare you disparage our police officers? That's lowering the morale of our police forces by saying that they could do anything they want for no reason at all until a police officer says it. One more piece about this, Dan, because this little town of Federal Way in Washington had an incident last year as well, just before Straus was on the force. This Federal Way officer rear-ended a woman and children in Graham. There were minor injuries there. One detail on that is his name was Trooper Ryan Burke. That's a devastating picture, by the way. He rear-ended a vehicle occupied by a woman and several children in Graham. The woman was legally stopped on the roadway. She was preparing to make a left turn. I'm not sure why they even said legally stopped. She was making a left turn and he ran into her when he hit her from behind with his own officer's car. So there's also stories about how cops are speeding all the time, going home 90, 100 miles an hour, but they're always doing it in their patrol cars because they're like, what are you going to do about it, bro? What are you going to do about it?
This is another example. We did a story earlier today about the law not working for people who need it the most. This is an instance where you see practitioners of the law who, unfortunately, in our society get to be judge, jury, and executioners because of the impunity that cops get. And when you say things like, oh, cops get impunity, they act without any sort of regard for people, they act like they're above the law, people on the right go, oh, you're exactly the same thing you're talking about, JR. It lowers the morale of the force. That's why you're getting so many cops leaving. Like all the good cops leaving and all the bad cops are joining. I hear a lot of apologies for police officers who are acting as though they are above the law, that they are not protecting and serving, that they are ruling and dealing with force, so to speak. But yeah, that really revealing line about I can find a reason to if I want to, let alone the sort of entitlement by saying that, oh, I'm a cop, not even if I have my lights on, but just because I'm here, I want you to get out of the way. Like, if you want me to get out of the way, like, turn your lights on so to indicate either I'm being pulled over or, like, you need to move. That's how being a cop works. You get the special lights and the sirens for a reason. Use them, sister. But, like, the fact that, yeah, you sort of, like, apply any sort of reason they want to pull someone over, like, we see how that ends people's lives in this country. So you need much more than a 10-hour suspension for that. You need to send her back to cop school and go, okay, listen, we want to at least pretend that we're not just beating up on people of color and homeless people all day. So, like, try to at least, if you make your next TikTok video, talk about how you're doing a basketball game or, like, doing a community street race or something like that. Like, do something like that. Just pretend like you're protecting and serving next time. Don't say it with your chest.
weird because when black folks say, hey, cops just pulled me over for no reason, then after they pull me over, they start checking my car and finding a reason to say something. We go, you're crazy. Now that the cops are saying it, do you believe them yet? Do you believe them yet?